Okay, map campers, survivalists, we're about to dive into ecosystems. We're going to do survival sketches, guys. We're going to talk about surviving in a certain environment. Hey, I said a cool fancy word, ecosystems. What is an ecosystem? Well, let's put the definition on the screen now. Boop. Okay. Basically, what an ecosystem is an interaction of communities, of organisms in a certain environment, in a community. Basically, it's almost like how people are. We interact with each other in a community. We interact with things in our environment, other wildlife, nature, stuff like that. Basically, that's what an ecosystem is. So there's different types of ecosystems, and we're going to go through those now. All right, guys, the first ecosystem that I want to talk about is a tropical rainforest. You see it right there on the screen. Tropical rainforest. The word perfectly describes it. It's tropical, meaning it's hot, it's humid. It's got a lot of rain, tropical rain. It means it has a lot of heavy downfall, a lot of rain. Okay, tropical rain, and then forest. It's very dense with trees, super high trees. In other videos, we can go through the different canopies, different layers of tree. So it's got a lot of rich, lush vegetation. So that's tropical rainforest. You'll basically find the tropical rainforest in South America. Okay. One of the next ecosystems that I want to talk about is the desert. Hey, we have deserts. We're here in California. We have different types of deserts located in California. Maybe you've been to some of the deserts. Well, here, let me tell you a little bit about the desert. If you've been there, you may already know. But the desert is very dry. Okay, not a lot of vegetation. It has extreme heat, but it also has extreme colds. Maybe some of you guys didn't know that. So there are animals there, but there's not a lot of animals running around because there's not a lot of vegetation, not a lot of stuff for them to eat. So it's very barren. So that's the desert. You're going to find deserts all over different parts of the world. That's the desert. We're going to talk about the tundra. That's our next ecosystem. No. Not the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, Green Bay. That's cool. You love football, though. But no, not that tundra. But it does describe the tundra. It's frozen. It's cold. It's a flat surface like a football field. That perfectly describes a tundra. So tundra, might find them located in northern parts of North America, Europe, Asia, and what it is basically like a flat, treeless surface, and it's very cold, it's very barren, not a lot of vegetation, so it's basically like a frozen desert. That's the tundra. All right, guys, now when you go into any ecosystem, ooh, big word, let's put it back up on the screen, ooh, ecosystem. So anytime you go into any environment, there are different dangers that you may encounter when trying to camp or survive out there. Hey, apparently here, there's a danger, that bear. But this guy, he's a nice guy. All right, I wouldn't recommend petting bears at all. That's a paper bear. It's fake. Okay, yeah, not real. Okay, guys, but hey, what I want you to do is get your packets. Go ahead and pause the video if you don't have your packet in front of you. Pause the video because we have some worksheets that we're going to go over to talk about ecosystems. I promise you it's going to be amazing, fun. Get it now. Okay, you probably have your packets in front of you guys now. If you do, you probably have a sheet that looks like this. Whoop. That's you. That is you. That is you. That's what that represents. So if you read the directions, what we're supposed to do first is we are supposed to talk about the different dangers that are in the environments that we just talked about, or that are in your vocabulary terms. Go back and read them if you didn't, about different ecosystems and the dangers. What you're going to do is let's talk about the different dangers in the ecosystems. And what you're going to do is you're going to list them where it says dangers right there. You're going to list them where it says dangers. So I thought maybe we can do this together. This is a photo of the tropical rainforest in Brazil. Observe the photo, reread the definition, and list the different dangers you may encounter in it. Pause the video and make your list. Okay, grab your list and we'll share. Go ahead, start shouting them out. Don't worry, I can get them all, guys. There we go, right there. Okay, you said insects, giant insects. Yes, I heard they're big out there. Snakes, you wrote poisonous. I think there's both poisonous snakes and insects out there. Also, you said, hey, you get lost. That's right. It has thick, dense trees. You may not know where you're going, and you could definitely get lost out there. Monkeys, maybe other animals that might be a danger to you. You said it would be humid out there. That's correct. It is humid. Also, you said you could fall. That's correct. You never know where you're walking and it's going to rain. Maybe you could slip, you could fall. Oh, that's great. You said yes, off a cliff. Who knows? So there's a lot of different dangers in the tropical rainforest. Now at this time, grab your activity packet. Draw a beautiful scene of the tropical rainforest surrounding you. Go ahead, start drawing. Include the different dangers that we discussed in the scene surrounding you. At this time, go ahead and pause the video. Next, let's take a moment. Look at the scene you drew and the different dangers surrounding you. Now you'll want to think, what do you need to survive out there? Go ahead and make a list in the box above on your activity packet. After, we'll discuss. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, you should have your survival essential list. Go ahead, share it. Start shouting it out. Boom! There we go right there. Okay, hopefully I got everything. Clothing, yeah, that'd be great. Maybe you want something to cover your sleeves as you go through there. Maybe something that's breathable because it's humid out there. Maybe some special clothing would work. Water, absolutely. Hey, that works for anything. It's hot, it's humid out there. Any condition you want water. You don't want to get dehydrated. Food, hey, you always need your nourishment. Shelter or a tent. I saw that on the list. That's great. Hey, you watched another video. Shelter is important in surviving in any ecosystem or environment. Bug repellent. Hey, there are a lot of insects out there. I don't know if it's going to work against them, but hey, it could be worth a try. Oh, a compass. You watched another one of our videos. Compass is super important. We talked about maybe you can get lost. Okay, what else? That's right, the ability to make a fire. We talked about, I know you did it. You watched the other video and made your campfire. That's right, a fire is very important. You can cook food. It also can protect you from different predators, keep predators away from you. So that's perfect. Awesome. That's a great list. Now for our next steps. What you are going to do is you're going to repeat this process, what we did for the tropical rainforest. Now for the next ecosystems. Make your list of dangers for the next ecosystems. Draw a picture around the diagram, that is you. Next, you'll make a list of the things you need to survive in that particular ecosystem. Draw a picture of how you would look surviving out there, fill in the diagram, and I will be back with more. Go ahead, pause the video, complete your task.
Alright, survivalists. Hey, we just got done thinking about what do we need to survive in each ecosystem. When you look at each one of those ecosystems, I bet you'll find a lot of common essentials that we will need to survive. Hey, you may see some of them here at our campsite. Hey, fire. That's right. Remember, don't get too close. It's hot. I know it's fake, but hey, looks great, right? Hey, yes, you need fire. Fire protects you from what? Animals, wildlife. Well, animals are wildlife, but it keeps predators away. It helps give you light. It keeps you warm. Also, it helps for cooking. Got my nice little tablecloth here. Gonna have some coffee, a Danish, some eggs later, you know, stuff like that. It helps cook food. That's something you need for survival. Also, I got my tent. My tent right back here. That is shelter. It helps protect me from the different elements, such as rain, keeps me warm from and snow, helps me if the sun's out, beat the heat, things like that. Another thing I need, I'll be right back. Water. I had my water over there. Hey, that's another essential for survival is water. What do you think another one is? Okay, guys, now there's one more important thing we're leaving out. We're talking about dangers in the environment. What helps us if we get into danger? Ah, there we go. Love it. Hey, a medical kit, first aid. Yeah, what happens if something happens, if we, fall, get scraped up? How do we bandage ourselves up? A first aid kit. That's perfect. That's what you need. A first aid kit comes with a lot of stuff to bandage yourself up. Also, most first aid kits, if you get proper ones for camping, come with something in case you get lost. A blanket that it keeps the heat in. It's a reflective blanket, so it packages up real small. You might have seen them. They're these little silver blankets. Hey, that's very helpful if you go into the wilderness or go camping. Another thing, if you watched our other video about the scavenger hunt, you need a compass. That's right. You know why? Because you need to know where you're going, and I know where we're going. We're continuing our journey together here at Running Wild at Map Camp. That's right. We're continuing on our journey, guys. But before we do that, I have a challenge for you. This is a great activity that you could do, these survival sketches, coloring the scenes, listing the different dangers, the survival essentials. I got a task for you guys. Hey, if you got some sidewalk chalk at home or you got a big piece of butcher paper with markers, what you can do is get your family around. Hey, have them pick an environment, an ecosystem to survive in. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna have them list the different dangers that are out there. And then list the different essentials that they need to survive. And then go ahead and color that. It looks really cool if you do it on the sidewalk in your backyard, or if you have that butcher paper or piece of large paper and you put it on the table, the dinner table. Hey guys, till next time, till we embark on our journey together here, Map Camp, Running Wild.